Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jai Jagannath. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Bhavatumi, Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Bhavatumi, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Gauranga Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Mathura Dham Ki Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Niseva Kunj Dham Ki Shri Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Shrimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Jugadharma Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Shramaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga.
All glories to Sri Prabhupada.
You want to sing? You want to sing? I can let you sing.
Okay. Someone will do this.
You can sing. Because you're holding the mic.
You're going to?
Huh? Okay. When you can hold me.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vedant.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Pralada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashipurvakraha Shilatankanakalae Ito Nasingha Parato Nasingha Ito Yato yato yami tato nasingha. Yato yato ya Bahi nasingha Rudae nasingha
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapate Abakara Kamala Bale Naham Advuta Singham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Pranubingha Ekavadita Nadari Rupa Jagagarita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Lalita Hiranyakashipu Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Kesagadita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Kesagadita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Narsinghade, Jaya Narsinghade, Narsinghade, Jaya Narsinghade, Jaya Narsinghade, Jaya Narsinghade. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya 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 Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo, सिंहदेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गोपनंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Hare. Thank you all for joining us this evening at the home of Sri Sri Kishore Kishori on behalf of Srila Prabhupada to our Sunday feast program. So a few quick announcements before we continue on with our speaker this evening. The first is today's Sunday feast is sponsored by His Grace Uddhava Prabhu and family in honor of the appearance day of His Holiness Krishnadas Swami. Thank you very much. Haribol. Next Saturday, June 8th, is the Children's MSF monthly Sankirtan Festival, where we as a congregation get together to share Srila Prabhupada's books, as well as share this wonderful musical meditation, this Hare Krishna Kirtan, with the general public. And that MSF will be followed by a picnic and games. So that is this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m., followed by a picnic. Kids will lead the Sankirtan and book distribution. For more information, there is a book table and team representative in the lobby of the temple room. Also,
Registration is now open for the Festival of the Holy Name, which is taking place this year from Thursday, July 4th through Sunday, July 7th. So registration is available online. If you don't receive the weekly emails that have links to the registration, please see me or any of the other guest services or friend-raiser team members, and they can help you out there. Also, for anyone that is interested in or has already registered for the homeschooling seminar, which is July 13th and 14th, if you have already registered, a request to please do so again. We recently transitioned servers and websites, and in that transition, the original registration list was lost. So if you have already signed up for the homeschooling seminar, a request to please do so again. I would also like to highlight, since today is June 2nd, June means a new hero for this month. So last month we heard about Prahlad Maharaj. This month the focus is on Queen Kunti, and we will hear a little bit about her from tonight's speaker. Also, for those that want to dive headfirst into this month's hero of Queen Kunti, there's a book put together by Srila Prabhupada, Teachings of Queen Kunti. It is available at the book table in the lobby for a donation of $8. If you don't already have this book, very moving, very deep prayers, and a lot we can learn from her. And then, if many of us may be familiar, that painting in the corner, the very large one that's partially obscured by scaffolding now, that depicts Queen Kunti as well, with a fantastic story that we may hear about during this month, so stay tuned. Finally, we'll turn it over to tonight's speaker, Her Grace Donna Kelly Mataji, who will speak on Queen Kunti, a truly liberated woman. And we'd also like to formally recognize her husband, His Grace Pritushrava Prabhu, who is also visiting Chicago for far too short a duration. But thank you so much as well for coming here this evening. And just a request also, you can come forward, Donna Kelly Mataji. Just a request for all the audience to please come forward, please come forward, please come forward. So more people will be joining us as the evening progresses. And also, if we could kind of leave this space open for the ladies, so please come forward. Get your front row seats.
Hare Krishna. We'll chant Jaya Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prachana Ganchana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kishori Jaya Kishori Jaya Kishori Jaya Kishori Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Shri Kishori ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatanine. So tonight we would like to speak a little something about the wonderful heroine named Srimati Kunti Devi. I think we have till 6:30, is that correct? Okay, just keep track of time here. Maybe as our invocation prayer today, we can chant one very nice prayer that Kunti Devi herself composed and which appears in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And it's a very easy shloka to repeat, so I'll say and then you say in repeating form. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Kunti Devi offers her respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, and the enchanting boy of Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and senses. Has anybody here had the experience in their life of encountering some kind of calamity or huge test or huge obstacle or major trauma in their life? Have we had that experience? When we look back at those experiences, we have to also look at how did we respond to those incidents. And if we're honest about it, we probably won't give ourselves a really good grade on our report card. So today we want to speak a little bit about Srimati Kunti Devi, who is a very wonderful example for us to follow on how to deal with practical, down-to-earth issues such as calamities and setbacks, challenges, etc. Now, Kunti Devi, her birth name is Pritha. Kunti actually had a high birth. She is the daughter of none other than Shurasena. Shurasena is the grandfather of Lord Krishna. Shurasena had Vasudeva as one of his sons, and Vasudeva is the father of Krishna. Pritha is a daughter of Shurasena, very high birth. But soon after her birth, Shurasena gave her away in adoption because he had one very close friend named Kunti Bhoja. And this Kunti Bhoja did not have any daughters, and he really wanted a daughter. So as a gift to his very close friend Kunti Bhoja, Shurasena donated his daughter Pritha to him. Thus she got the name Kunti, the daughter of Kunti Bhoja. Okay, she can handle that. Now life goes on. Then when she was a young woman, she got married. What a joyous event. And as any young woman who's getting married assumes and looks forward to having children. But it so happened that the person she married, named Pandu, he had been cursed that if you try to conceive children in the womb of your wife, you will drop dead. So now here's Kunti Devi, all freshly married, ready to start a family. And it gets disclosed to her that your husband cannot give you children, otherwise he'll drop dead. Fortunately, she remembered that as a young girl in Kunti Bhoja's palace, she had received a benediction from from one great sage named Durvasa. Because she pleased him, Durvasa said, I want to give you something in payment. So I will give you this interesting boon that by chanting these particular mantras, you can call any demigod from the celestial planets, any demigod you want. You can call him and conceive a child with him. So Kunti remembered she had this boon. So because Pandu could not give her children, she called the demigod Yamaraj. And through Yamaraj, she gave birth to her first son named Yudhishthir, very pious, religious person. Next, she called the demigod Vayu, and she had Bhimasena as her second son. Then she called Indra, the king of heaven, and she got as her third son Arjuna. Now, not only was Kunti married to Pandu, but she had a co-wife. It's a little difficult to have a co-wife. And she was so kind to her co-wife named Madri that she said, I will share my boon with you, so you can also have children. So Madri called the Ashvini Kumaras and had the twin boys Sahadeva and Nakula. Okay, everything's kind of going okay now. See, life seems to be a bit back on the normal track. And then what happens? When all the boys are real small, her husband Pandu drops dead. Now here's Kunti Devi as a single mom. When Pandu perished, his second wife, Madri, entered the funeral pyre. They stacked up a bunch of wood, put Pandu's body in there, started the fire. Madri entered that fire. So she also perished. So now Kunti had 5 boys on her hands and no husband. Fortunately, Pandu's elder brother, Dhritarashtra, agreed to take care of the boys in his palace. Now, you have to understand, Pandu was not just an ordinary husband. He was actually a king. So therefore, Kunti became known as Queen Kunti. So when King Pandu died, the empire was without a king. So the boys were too young to take over. So his older brother Dhritarashtra, although he was blind, temporarily took over the kingdom, waiting for these boys to grow up so that Yudhishthir could inherit the throne. Meanwhile, Dhritarashtra and his wife had 100 sons. And the eldest son, named Duryodhana, was not very friendly to his cousins, Yudhishthir, Bhimasena, Arjuna, Sahadeva, and Nakula, who collectively are known as the Pandavas, the 5 sons of Pandu. So while these boys were living in the palace with Dhritarashtra and his 100 sons, as they were getting older, an animosity arose, an envy arose from Duryodhana's side towards Arjuna and his brothers. Duryodhana and his brothers, they attempted to kill the Pandava boys. Multiple attempts were made to kill the Pandavas, and Kunti witnessed all of them. None of them were successful, because somehow or other, Krishna would always protect them. Then one day, when Yudhishthira and his brothers actually were old enough to take over the throne, Dhritarashtra refused to give them the throne because his eldest son, Duryodhana, convinced him not to give it. So then there was a gambling match between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. The Kauravas are all those sons led by Duryodhana. And the Pandavas lost the gambling match. So by losing that gambling match, the Pandavas supposedly lost their right to inherit the throne, and they were sent the loser had to go into exile for 13 years. So now the Pandavas go into exile for 13 years, living incognito in the forest. Very, very austere life. And Kunti was with them. And the attempts to kill them didn't stop. Cannibals came to try to kill them, man-eaters. They were put in a palace that was set on fire. So many attempts were made on their lives. When the 13 years of exile expired, the Pandavas came back to Hastinapur, ready to take over the kingdom. Again, no, you cannot have the kingdom. After so many attempts at diplomatic arrangements, war was inevitable. So now we enter the Battle of Kurukshetra, which is the setting of the Bhagavad Gita. In that battle, so many days of fighting, 18 days of fighting. At one point in the battle, before they went to battle, these 5 Pandavas had gotten married. And it's a story we won't go through now, but by a trick, they ended up marrying one girl named Draupadi. All 5 of them married one girl named Draupadi. In the womb of Draupadi, each of those Pandava brothers begot a son. So while the battle is going on, Draupadi is at home, and she has 5 little boys sleeping one evening. And who killed them? Ashvatthama killed them. Ashvatthama, who's supposed to be the son of a Brahmin, he slaughtered these boys while they were sleeping. Those are Kunti's grandchildren. So again, Kunti's having this, come on, can you handle this? 5 cute little grandchildren, just in one moment slaughtered for no reason. They weren't part of the war. And this was a civilized war where they went to a designated battlefield and warriors fought warriors. There were no citizens, women, children, or anything like that. So now, deal with that trauma. Arjuna had more than one wife. Draupadi was not his only wife. So he had a son named Abhimanyu. So that's Kunti's grandson, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, before going to war, was married to Uttara, and she was pregnant. Abhimanyu gets killed in the Battle of Kurukshetra. So now Kunti Devi loses this grandson named Abhimanyu. Meanwhile, her great-grandson is in the womb of Uttara, and he's known as Parikshit. And Ashvatthama, just to get like the last punch in there, he sent a nuclear weapon called a Brahmastra. And this is like goes directly to Uttara's room, to kill the embryo that's in the womb, because he wanted to annihilate the last heir of the Pandava dynasty. Lord Krishna entered the womb and protected the embryo. So Kunti's great-grandson was saved. The battle ends. The Pandavas were victorious. Yudhishthira ascends to the throne. Krishna saw to it that everything was settled. Yudhishthira had his coronation ceremony. Krishna was very pleased. Now, Krishna says, it's time for me, my dear Aunt Kunti, it's now time for me to return to my place named Dwarka. He had only been there visiting from Dwarka to see how things were going and to help out as Arjuna's charioteer in the war. So now he's telling Queen Kunti, I must beg my leave and return to Dwarka. She turns to Krishna. What do you mean you're leaving? You can't leave. You're our only shelter. We have no protector, no shelter except you. So if you leave, where does that put us? What kind of a position are we going to be in? I cannot even imagine such a thing. She says, she's relating to Krishna, I remember calamity number 1, calamity number 2, calamity number 3, calamity number X, and how you protected us and saved us through each and every calamity. And now you're going to leave? You know what? I want to ask something. I want to ask that you send more calamities. Now, how many people here, after experiencing all these calamities, I mean, even 1 or 2 calamities, how many of us are going to say, my dear Supreme Personality of Godhead, you know, we're going to go to the temple and pray, oh God, I have experienced so many calamities and I'm just like, it's hard to handle. Could you send me some more? That's like 180 degrees opposite of what we would pray. We would pray, please take away these calamities. Please make my life all warm and fuzzy and rosy. But she says, you know what? Every time there was a calamity, we saw you. You came and protected us. And even if you weren't physically present, I was, through those calamities, I was always remembering you with rapt attention. So you were literally in my consciousness. I was experiencing you through all these calamities. But now, you want to go away? She wanted to ask Krishna to stay. Wouldn't you do that too? Of course we would. Krishna, don't go away. But she was very intelligent. She very much understood the science of Krishna consciousness. She was a transcendentally awake woman. When she started offering her prayers to Krishna, she had a realization that if I say, see, you have to understand, Kunti belongs to 2 families. She belongs first to her father's family, Surasen, right? Her biological father. He lives in Dwarka. He lives way over there in Dwarka. And that dynasty of his in Dwarka is called the Vrishni dynasty. But over here in Hastinapur, she belongs to this other family, the family from her husband, Pandu. So she belongs to the Pandava clan. When Krishna announces that he's about to depart, Kunti hesitates in speaking her heart's desire, which is, Krishna, please stay. Because she recognizes that there's a problem here. See, we're most of us, or at least I'll speak for myself, we're selfish. Have you ever had this experience? It's like, let's say you're in high school or something, and your basketball team is going to play another basketball team. So what do the people do? If they're like kind of religious people, they pray, oh God, let our team win. So if you're praying, let my team win, aren't you actually praying, let the other team lose? Or there's a war, My country is in a war with your country. So I'm praying, oh my God, my dear Lord, please send all the soldiers from my country home perfectly safe and unharmed, and let us win the war. And you're praying, oh my Lord, my dear God, please protect you. So I'm actually praying, may your country lose the war. So Kunti was such an elevated person. She recognized that there was a conflict of interest here. She recognized, if I ask Krishna, because of my own selfish desire, if I say, oh Krishna, please stay so I can have you in my presence, that would mean that he wouldn't go to Dwarka. He would not favor the Vrishni dynasty by giving them his audience. But if she said, oh yes, Krishna, please go to Dwarka and bless my father's dynasty there, the Vrishni dynasty, with your audience, then she's being biased towards her father's family and praying that her husband's family, the Pandavas, become bereft of his audience. Do you understand? She has two families that she's attached to. So how are we going to solve this predicament? Seems like to be a lose-lose situation. If I choose A, I'm wrong. If I choose B, what they say, damned if you do, damned if you don't. She's just like, there's no solution. Being a very transcendental personality, she found the perfect solution. You want to know what that solution was? Because it seems like there's only A or B, and there's neither A nor B, or both A and B. It's like either A or B. So here's what Queen Kunti prays. Recognizing that the source of her problem is this dual attachment to two families, she prays to Lord Krishna. O Krishna, O Lord of the universe, soul of the universe, O personality of the form of the universe, please sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, both the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. please sever my tie of affection for my family members. Why? Why should she sever her tie of affection for family members? Because her affection for her family members was causing her not to know what to do or what to pray for. In the purport, Prabhupada's purport to this verse, Prabhupada explains that one must sever family affections in order to function with a broader vision. Right now, it's this is my family and this is not my family. This is my countrymen and this is not my countrymen. Yeah. Prabhupada explains, one cannot be qualified. One is not qualified to function as a brahmana, a king, a public leader of any kind, nor a devotee of Lord Krishna if they don't sever ties of family affection in order to have a broader vision. Kunti uses strong language here when she says, please sever my tie of affection. She calls it sneha pasham. Pasha means noose. You know what a noose is? It's not just an ordinary, knot that you tie a string, I'll tie myself to you. It's the rope that you hang yourself with. It's called a noose. So Kunti compares the ties of family affection to a noose. And Prabhupada actually explains in the purport that one cannot escape the cycle of birth and death and go back to Godhead if one does not take this step of severing the ties of family affection. Again, he said one cannot be a brahmana, a king, a public leader, or a devotee of Krishna unless one does this. Now we might argue, well, wait a minute. Kunti's a devotee. Wasn't she? Like, way better a devotee than I can imagine being in this lifetime. Kunti was always thinking of Krishna. That's how she got through the calamities. Remember, we began this discussion by asking how many people here have experienced calamities, traumas, setbacks, major challenges in life. And we all raised our hands. But how did we deal with it? This is how Kunti dealt with it. She always remembered Krishna. She cried out to Krishna. And when he was leaving, about to leave, she said, "What? You're our only shelter. You're our only protector. We know no other shelter but you." So isn't she a devotee? Anybody here want to vote that she's not a devotee? Okay, thank you for not raising your hands. She's an exalted devotee. When Krishna really, 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 really loves his devotees, he loves all of his devotees. But when there's a devotee that really, really, really captures his heart, Krishna makes sure that any slight tinge of imperfection that might be hiding in one teeny tiny corner of the heart, He makes sure that one little tinge of imperfection gets purged. You know, a good doctor, say they're doing a surgery to remove a cancerous tumor from your body. What if they leave like one cancer cell behind? Have they really done you a favor? No. So the proper doctor will make sure every last cell is gone. So Krishna is like that with his devotees. If we are sincere devotees, Krishna will purge every last remnant of imperfection so that we can go back to Godhead, not take birth again in this material world. So because Krishna was so in love with Kunti, he so much appreciated her very high level of devotion, he performed this Leela with her in order to purge that last remnant of imperfection. And what was that last remnant of imperfection? She still had some level of material attachment to her families. She admitted that she was weak and could not give up her affection for her family. So she's asking Krishna, could you sever that attachment that I have? Because I can't sever it on my own. But again, in the very next breath, she proves her intelligence. She proves her transcendental state of consciousness by understanding how is Krishna going to sever that tie of affection. Is he going to just like make all my family members drop dead? Oh, great, just like pew, vaporize all my family members. Now I don't have anybody to be attached to. Is that how he's going to do it? No. She understood the transcendental solution to this predicament. So in the very next text, this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, called Prayers of Queen Kunti, and we covered text 41, and now we're doing text 42. Kunti says, O Lord of Madhu, Krishna, just as the river Ganges flows to the sea without interruption, so let my attraction be drawn unto you without any diversion to anyone else. Or in this country, we can think of the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River flows without interruption to the Gulf of Mexico. So Kunti, is that door locked? Okay. So Kunti prays, just as a huge river unceasingly, without interruption, without diversion, flows right to the sea or the ocean, please make my attraction to you to be just like that, with no interruptions, no diversions, no tangential paths. Kunti understands that Krishna consciousness is not a process of giving up, abandoning, becoming detached, being renounced. She understands the real process of Krishna consciousness is to become perfect means perfect, no tinge of imperfection, to become perfectly attached to Krishna. The mind only thinks of Krishna. Now, we might argue that this seems to be a little fanatic, because not only was Kunti a great devotee of Krishna, but so were her family members. They weren't mundane family members like we might have. All of her family members were pure devotees of Krishna. From her father Shursen to her father's family, the Vrishni dynasty in Dwarka, to her own sons, the Pandavas, to her great-grandson who was still in the womb of Uttara. So what is this? Because thinking of Krishna includes thinking of Krishna's abode, thinking of Krishna's devotees, thinking of Krishna's paraphernalia, thinking of Krishna's name and qualities and pastimes. So why should Kunti not think about what's wrong with thinking about her family members? They're all devotees. And we say like that too. Oh, phew, thank God my family members are devotees. So it's okay that I'm always thinking about my family members because they're devotees. So I'm not guilty of, not thinking of Krishna 24/7. But Kunti was showing by her example that even I might be a pure devotee, my family members might be pure devotees, but as long as we have a material body. Anybody here have a material body? Yeah. So if you look in the mirror and you see that you have a material body, there must be some material attachment to this world. It's unavoidable. Therefore, despite Kunti being a pure devotee, her family members being pure devotees, she understands that for me to have perfect broad vision, I must give up any tinge of biased family attachment. So this is Kunti's very beautiful example to all of us. Can we think of another devotee that had the same predicament? Another devotee that couldn't figure out what to do because of some level of family attachment. What's your name? Elizabeth? Good. Elizabeth, what do you think? Arjuna, perfect. And what was his problem? Exactly. Arjuna couldn't do his devotional service. Isn't Arjuna a pure devotee? Of course he is. But still, in the little corner of his heart, he was holding on to material attachment based on the body, attachment for family members who, many of them were devotees. So it's, we're in good company. We don't have to feel like embarrassed that, I have, attachments on the material level. I have to admit, I have attachments to my spouse and family members, even though we're all practicing sadhana bhakti. We don't have to be embarrassed because we're in good company, like with Kunti and Arjuna. But both of them showed us how to be a hero. What does it mean to be a hero? What does that word conjure up in your brain? Like, why do you say that person's a hero? Who? I'm sorry? They're a role model. Heroes are definitely role models. But what makes them a hero? Why do we use that adjective? They have courage to face adversaries. I couldn't completely hear. So a hero is somebody, they can risk their lives for others, and they can win a battle that nobody else can win. You're a hero because you came to the rescue and you were able to defeat an enemy that actually couldn't be defeated. Like you had a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning that battle and you won. So you're a hero. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, an acharya in our Guru Parampara, our lineage, he says that each and every one of us, he says each and every one of us is being called to be a hero. And what is that heroism that he's calling us to come to? To defeat the material false ego that tries to convince us that I am a product of matter. He says, rise, O spirit soul, and be a hero. Defeat the material energy which is preventing us from our spiritual inheritance. So Kunti is our heroine this month. I didn't realize all month you were going to talk about Queen Kunti. I thought it was just today. But she can certainly be spoken about for many weeks in a row. She is the example we want to follow. That whatever teeny tiny impediment is still in the heart to prevent us from being 100% purely only taking shelter of Krishna, that we call to Krishna to please eliminate that obstacle. And in this way, because we can't defeat the material energy ourselves. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya dharatyaya. It's very difficult to overcome. But if we surrender to Krishna, then he does that work. So this is our prayer. We'll end by just repeating this prayer by Queen Kunti. O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you without being diverted to anyone else. We have a few minutes for any discussion or questions. Prabhu, nice to see you.
Dan Kili Mataji and Priti Prabhu, thank you for being here. Feels like the old days. Very nice katha. One question does come to my mind, talking about attachment that you did mention. After speaking the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun clearly praises Krishna, that by your mercy, O Krishna, my illusion has been removed and I am steadfast in my intelligence and I will do as you please. And then he fights the war. But in the midst of the war, after Abhimanyu gets killed, he cries like a baby. So then the question arises that the Bhagavad Gita was, obviously he's a pure devotee, obviously he's playing the role of a common person under the spell of Yog Maya. But in spite of hearing Bhagavad Gita and the illusion being removed, why does he cry? So it shows that there is attachment again to Abhimanyu.
Okay.
So if you can throw some light here,
Yes,
please.
thank you for that really important question. Many people think, incorrectly, that if we become 100% purely and fully attached to Krishna, and he removes all our material attachments, especially to family, that means we no longer care about them. We don't love them anymore. We couldn't care less what happens to them. Let them drop dead. No. So a devotee is always transcendentally situated, but while they have a material body, it doesn't mean that they're like unaware of what's going on the material platform. So even one is a pure devotee. If one's loved one, for example, in this case Abhimanyu, the son of Arjuna, who's about to become a father himself, gets killed in the battle of Kurukshetra, and Arjuna cries like any father would cry. But here's the difference. Someone with mundane attachment, when a loved one like that gets killed right in front of their eyes, they just get all traumatized and they cry and they mourn, and you come back 20 years later and they still aren't functioning properly. But a devotee, while in a material body with a material mind and intelligence, they may express so much affection to those that are in their lives, family members, etc. But when such a thing happens, like the son gets killed right in front of their eyes, they undergo a healthy period of mourning. And then but because through that they're taking shelter of Krishna, they come out the other side unscathed. They come out actually more attached to Krishna. So it's not true that when one is fully attached to Krishna, that they no longer have any affection or cares about people in this world. They actually care. I was reading one purport in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I believe it was text 28 recently, where Prabhupada said something interesting, that, you know, when Arjuna was about to go to war and he saw family members and friends on the other side, he started crying and shaking, and he threw down his bow and arrows and he couldn't fight. Generally we say, oh, Arjuna was afraid of killing family members, he was like freaking out or whatever. In that particular purport, Prabhupada says, actually, Arjuna was crying and trembling out of compassion for the members of the other army, which were family members and friends. He felt compassion for them, that how they could come to this battlefield risking their lives over a mundane issue like fighting over who's going to rule the empire. So he was crying out of compassion for them. So similarly, when Abhimanyu got killed, we can see it that Arjuna was crying that, oh, my son has been killed. But on a deeper level, we can see Arjuna was crying whenever he saw families, members, and friends killed on the battlefield, because it broke his heart that these people are so ignorant, that they have come here to risk their lives in a fratricidal war to fight over something silly like a mundane kingdom. So a devotee's reactions and affections in this world don't really tally up with our mundane calculations. So thank you for that question. Uttama Shloka, Prabhu.
Your child or somebody loved one have a disease and they die, then you feel like, oh, he had a disease and he's dying right now. So you don't feel that good, you don't feel deeper. But if he got accidents or kills right away, then you feel pain about that, and then you want to cry. So in this case also, he got killed with so many other people who were like higher than him.
Yes.
That makes him cry, that how that can, all these people can kill him also.
But no matter the trauma that a devotee experiences, immediately the consciousness goes back to Krishna. They never lose their Krishna consciousness. So I think we will stop there because there's one more part of the program for everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Queen Kunti ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for that beautiful kickoff for the month. It was an awesome introduction to this wonderful personality, so thank you so much. For everybody that is here for the very first time, we have a special gift for you at the guest services table in the lobby, so please don't be shy to say, it's my first time, give me my gift, I was promised. But for those of you also that are not familiar, the next part is the feast portion, so out these double doors to the top of the stairs, so please eat nicely. and then also eat quickly and come down because there's more of the musical meditation, the kirtan, going on until 8 p.m. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Pura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gara Hari Bol. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
3B.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everybody 1, 2, 3. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Get his attention.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hey. Just play 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Put up double time after this. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So double time after this. Double time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo, Hari Hari Haribo, 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 Vitago, Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopimanandi.
नाम संकीर्तन
Jai.
अभी मजा बाद में लेता हूँ You are playing? No, let him play. तो प्ले करते ओके
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 और एक माइक ले गया था मैं डबल में कोई रोक दिया कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे बोल हरे रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Viva Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Rido Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Jai Ho Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Everyone, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Gauranga, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
जय श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, जय जय श्री गोनिताय भगवान की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, कलियुग पावन श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, निताय